Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review. You knew it was going to be a beer review, right? And we are back doing the Restore Our Earth Collaboration Fest, which was one of the Beer 52 kind of things. Now, which way round should I do it? I've got too many things in my hand. Let's show you the beer. So we are going to do this bad boy, cherry and coconut Imperial Stout, and it is by, well, it's obviously collaboration with the Garden Brewery, but it's Totenhopfen. And this time it tells you about the Gold Crest. The spiky Gold Crest is 8 grams maximum and needs to eat its own weight in food daily. Switzerland, etc., etc., gives some absolute crazy stuff there. So that is our little chap who is holding on upside down. Yeah, which is crazy. Obviously, this is an Imperial Stout. And this one's 7%, I believe. Yeah, it says there 7%. And it's in a 330 can. Suitable for those vegans, which is always good. If you look at the top there, we've got some pale malt, obviously, some Munich, Carafa 1, Carafa Special Type 3, Cara Munich Type 1, Cara Munich Type 3, oats, and it says flex hops. Interesting. Even tells you what the yeast is. It's AY4. We've got some cherry in there, cocoa powder, and coconut extract. This is going to be a bad boy. So, I have been reading this, which is Totenhopfen Brewhouse or Brauhaus. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, they are from Luxembourg, which is a very, very small country. It is a country. Some people would say it's a principality, but no, it is an actual country. One of my friends from college used to do a job there because he was into his computer stuff. God knows what he's up to now, but he was ridiculously good at maths. And he got it, yeah, he wanted to move over to Europe, so based in Luxembourg. However, reading this article, they say a lot without giving too many details. So basically, they're a brewery that does a lot of collaboration brews, and in this case, it's the Garden Brewery. So I don't know if they've got a very large brewery or brewery at all in Luxembourg. I think they contract brew a lot using other breweries to brew their own beers and then distribute them as part of Totenhopfen, which I don't know. I don't know. When you're looking at things from a save the planet point of view, um, there's a lot of air miles. If you're shipping them back to your own distribution hub, or if maybe you're distributing them directly from the brewery where you collab brewed them, that makes sense. That will be fine. The other thing they've made a massive point, and bear in mind, this is all about restoring Earth, i.e., it's to do with environmental issues, but they've made a massive deal out of the fact that it's a women-only brewery. So it's a sexist brewery, is what I would say. Although some people would say, oh, well, we need more women in the industry. Yes, that is very true. But if it's women only and they're excluding men, is that good? Don't know. I don't think it is because they're being sexist. The other thing is they have said that they're heavily involved in brewing beers for scientific research fund into supporting cancer research. So again, why would you need to say that when the emphasis is on environmental issues? So you've dropped wokeness, i.e., sexist agenda, and some sort of charity, which is obviously cancer. I have cancer, okay, and most of the time cancer research involves testing on animals, number one, and vivisection, number two, which this is someone that actually has cancer. I have cancer. I do not want cancer research to involve killing animals for cancer research. I would very much prefer human studies and keep animals alive. Okay, that is from someone who has cancer. So all you cancer charities that do animal research, especially vivisection, can fuck yourselves. You do not have my support, and I have cancer. So I would benefit from your research, but not at the cost of killing animals needlessly. So sorry guys, but cancer research, no. So they are talking about recycling and repurposing of waste, which is really good. I'm assuming they're meaning grains. They talk about water as well. I'm sure they are to be believed, even though the emphasis here is on total woke bullshit, in my opinion, absolute craziness. But it doesn't tell me, this little article here does not tell me any details of what you're actually doing. And if you're contract brewing, how can you control what another bigger brewery than yourself does? So either this article was really badly written by the so-called journalists at Beer 52, and I've had some issue with them before. They are very shoddy in the way they word things. They're not very good journalists, and this piece had no detail whatsoever. Okay, so rant over. Let's taste some beer. So hopefully you're still with me and listen to my inane rantings about things that really do affect me. It's like if a company came and said to you, "Oh, we're very environmental," and you go, "Oh, really? That's good. What do you do?" "We're environmental." Okay, you said that already, but can you tell me some more details? Yeah, we're really good to the environment, but do not tell you how. The detail is not there. Anyway, I did say the rant was over, but let's see what this beer is like. Anyway, let me be the one that says Unclejona will call out the bullshitters, or at least ask for more details. Or perhaps the journalists at Beer 52 should do their due diligence and do some more research. Okay, look at that. Lovely, lovely beer. Let's try two. Under two fingers more than one. Lovely, lovely, fluffy, coffee coloured head on this bad boy. Absolute darkness. Look at the bottom. That's usually where we pick out a tiny little change of colour. But on this, it's pretty dark, pretty black. And no surprise, because it's got a lot of carafa in, and Cara Munich was the other one, I think. So it's got some darkness in there. Absolutely. The other thing that I thought I'd pick up on while my soapbox is still not put back in here. Let's look at the ingredients again. Dun dun dun. Let's go to the ingredients. Come on, dude. So, sweet cherry, cocoa powder, and coconut extract. So, cocoa powder, sweet cherry, okay, and coconut extracts. They all seem to be extracts and not actual real food. Shortcuts, perhaps? I don't know. I'm not trying to be on the back of these guys, because small breweries do deserve to have a little bit of poetic license, whereas macro breweries take the piss big time. They really do. But that does not mean that just because you're a small brewery, you are not also taking the piss. One wrong does not mean everything else you do is right. Or if you do one right thing, that doesn't automatically assume everything else you do is right as well. So you've got to add everything up, absolutely everything, to balance out whether someone is ethical or not, especially when you're trying to be. Anyway, it sounds like I'm really laying into these guys, but there is far too much wokeness going on here, and it's like a smokescreen to my eyes. And it really pisses me off when they start using cancer as some sort of thing. It really fucks me off personally. So if you're going to be personal to me, I'm going to call you out on it. Cheers and beers. Let's see what this beer is like. I have to say, it is a lovely beer. So on that side of things, really well done. We are getting that chocolateness there. Not so much of the roastedness, which is weird because there's some real dark stuff in here. A good amount of residual sweetness that's balancing the bitterness or the astringency from the malts, but also from the alcohol. Pardon me, because this is a 7% beer. I wasn't really getting the cherry at all, which is weird. Although I was getting the chocolate, I was getting sort of milk as well. Ah, okay. Maybe that's not milk, as in lacto or something. Maybe that's the coconut there giving me a sort of creaminess, but you know, it's like a coconut cream as opposed to a lacto cream or a milk cream. Because as we know, you can get coconut cream, coconut milk, coconut water, in fact. And the fact that it's got a little bit of oats in there too, that's making it nice and smooth, which is really cool. The cherries, though, is something I'm not getting so far. Don't know if I did an aroma test, but you are getting that coconut, that kind of nutty, that nuttiness. Maybe the cherry is there on the nose, but the coconut's definitely there. Cheers and beers, guys. So, ooh, maybe the cherry is there, but right up front. Getting a tiny bit of fruitiness there, which I'm not getting later in this beer. But I am getting I'm getting that smoothness, which is a combination of the oats and definitely from the coconut. And also I'm getting a sort of almondy kind of thing going on. But maybe that's because I'm associating the coconut with kind of coconut almond biscuit type things that I used to love. Haven't had them lately, but sometimes when you taste one flavour, if it's something you really like, there's a link or an association to the other flavour was something else that you like because of the neural pathways in your brain that are kind of connecting together. Ooh, it is quite boozy as well. 7%. It's not obscenely strong, but you know, reasonably strong beer. But it's quite hidden well by the smoothness. You're only getting that alcohol kind of thing on the exhalation of your breath, and then you're getting a bit of heat, which is always a sign, usually a sign with the winter warmer, or if and we are kind of, we're not winter time yet, but we're definitely in autumn now. We're descending into the colder. I mean, it's been hot today, but in the night time, it's starting to get a little bit cold. But yes, the heat is definitely there, being offset with a bit of the residual sweetness and also the nice, smooth, nutty, creamy kind of coconut type taste. Be interesting to see how they did the extract, to be honest. Is it a dry extract that they soaked, or did they get the coconut shredded up, squeeze it, and squeeze out the essence, which you can do from coconut flesh? What I am slightly disappointed is, although you can see a very, very faint kind of tide line, which is where we started this drink, and at the same, when I turn to the back, there's a sort of vertical thing here. It is not hanging around very much, so I would be surprised if this has much oat in it at all. Probably does have a little bit, but not too much. Cherry and coconut Imperial Stout. I keep looking and seeing this little guy hanging from the ceiling, whatever he's doing. Let's turn him that way. I don't want to turn it upside down or I'll pour beer on myself, but that little dude, that little chaffinch or whatever it is, Goldcrest his name is. Nice. Again, what has a bird got to do with the environment? I mean, I suppose by saving the environment, you're saving the habitat for the bird, but it doesn't really go into that much detail. It just says this is a bird from a particular area in Switzerland, which is nearby Luxembourg, but not Luxembourg. And it eats a lot of food. It eats its own body weight. Okay. And what's that got to do with anything? Again, it's like there's something missing. If they said we, our brewery, are sponsoring a forest where this particular bird lives, pardon me, stopping the deforestation and stopping the destruction of this habitat from this particular bird. Okay, there's the link, but there's a bird that eats a lot of food. What is the link? What is the link? The Garden Brewery, Croatia, I think. If my memory is terrible, and don't forget I'm drinking a 7% beer. And Totenhopfen from Luxembourg. What's that got to do with Switzerland? I don't know. Maybe you think I'm being too hard, but something's not adding up, and I don't like being lied to. Tell you what, though, that is a very, very nice smooth beer. Okay, the cherry, not too much. The nut definitely there, and the smoothness is there. The alcohol, 7%. Personally, I'd like to see it a little bit higher, but maybe they've done some experimental stuff and thought if we go higher, the alcohol heat will knock out all the other flavour. Yeah, which is possible. But yeah, this one is a really nice beer. So that is the cherry and coconut Imperial Stout. My God, 7% beer, and I'm already sort of stammering like a lunatic. Totenhopfen in collaboration with the Garden Brewery. I've been Unclejona. This has been a very long video, purely because I had a bit of a rant at the beginning. I wasn't trying to knock, well, I was actually, but what I don't like is people presenting facts and saying 2 + 2 = 5. No, it really doesn't. And if you think the same, click like down below and make sure you subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, you will never ever receive any more content from Unclejona. You will be barred. No, I'm only kidding. But it makes things very, very easy, and you will do a blood sacrifice to the elder gods of YouTube, which is always handy because they give me a little offcut of the heart, and then I eat it for my breakfast. Shimon, guys, we'll see you next time for another beer review.